Okay, so for my characters, I chose Damis, Oregon, Tartuffe, and Doreen. And I originally took my inspiration from Richard LeBert Goodwin, who did this painting called The Hunter's Door. And I really liked it. It stood out to me because of like how realistic he actually drew the figures in the drawing and how like it sort of popped out, because like you can't really see it when it's on paper, but like at the museum it sort of looked like really three-dimensional in a way. But as you can also see, the colors aren't very happy, and this is a comedic play. So I did some evocative research from the recommendation of Stephanie, and I chose this for my color palette, it's a painting from L.K. Morris. It's called Arizona Altar, and because it had like a lot of comical colors into it. First off, for Damis, I sort of wanted him to look, I don't know if can you all see that?
Yeah.
I wanted him to sort of resemble his father in a way, like down there with the coat. Like I gave him the undercuff of his coat, the gold, and I put him in sort of that royal blue to see, since they're a wealthy family. But I also put him in brown because reading the play, Damis sort of seemed like that very angry child in a way, and so I didn't want him to be like super royal, like he was sort of like, I don't want to say dirty character in a way, like the brown sort of represents like his anger, because he's really angry towards his father for believing in Tartuffe, and angry at Tartuffe for corrupting their family in a way. Oregon, I had the idea originally to put him in green as a comical way, but like any theater people would say green makes you look sick on stage. So I sort of went with a more wealthy thing. I put him in gold, sort of like to represent his wealth. And before I continue on, I just want to say that this painting was done around the 1860s. And so it was like that post-Civil War era. And back to Oregon, I put the blue vest underneath and gave him like a black collar. And I also wanted him to sort of like have costume influence from Tartuffe in a way, so I gave him the same sort of stockings and shoes, since Tartuffe has such an influence on him. With Tartuffe, and I apologize for the terrible painting, I wanted to put his outer layers in white and the under layers in black, because this play was like really heavily on hypocrisy of religion, and so I wanted him to like look pure on the outside but not on the inside, so like it would have black on the inside to represent that he is not who he really is. And I took influence off this picture mostly. I did a few little bits from this one, but I mainly took influence of the costume of this with the coat and the pants and the vest. With Doreen, I wanted her to be plain in a way, but still sort of present, so that's why I put her in the traditional black and white of a maid. And even though I did put some blacks with Tartuffe to represent hypocrisy, for her, like, she is a maid after all, so she's not really supposed to be like really special, so I gave her sort of that neutral color with her. And yeah, I think that's everything.
Well, Tartuffe looks green, yes?
Yeah,
me.
it's terrible. I was trying to make some
And I have
colors.
to tell you, to me, I think that's a genius interpretation, because green, jealousy, kind of conniving, envy. So I really think that's a great choice for him.
Okay. Green it is.
Yeah. Yes, so it was a great mistake, John, if that's
Oh,
not
yeah.
what you wanted to do. What I like a lot about this is the difference in the body structures of the characters. For someone who seemed to have struggled quite a bit, I think this is a fantastic job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, when I look at them, I can kind of tell, you know, Tartuffe is a big pompous son of a gun, and you know, those two on the left are related. So yeah, I'd say that's. I also do not, however, see the name of the play, and
I'm sorry.
so if you were to go to an official presentation, you would need to put that, and maybe as far as presentation is concerned, back them, if you're going to use a whiteboard, back them on colored paper, and then put them on the board, because then they would stand out more.
Okay.
But, and as far as the arranging, it's a little kind of weird, but, yeah.
Okay.
Anybody else?
I really like your thought process behind each character, how you made Demas correlate with Oregon, and the way you talked about Tartuffe, how having black on the inside and then white on the outside. I love the thought process that you went into designing all of that. Also, I really like the shading, like the rolls on his and Tartuffe's legs, of the pants. It's really cool.
I think you showed texture.
Mm-hmm.
I just really like how Damas and Oregon have a very similar color palette, but it's different enough so it doesn't look like you were lazy. It looks like you made a choice, which is cool.
Anyone else? Thank you, John.
Thank